Dare to Surrender, New York Dares Series, Book 1, written by Carly Phillips, narrated by Sophie Eastlake. Prologue. Gabe. Gabriel Dare eyed the beautiful woman with the bright smile that didn't reach her eyes, hoping his bland expression concealed the intense emotions she roused inside him. Protective instincts the likes of which he'd never experienced before. The desire to sweep her into his arms, breathe in her unique scent no designer could have created, and steal her away from this god-awful, staid country club was strong. He had an endless supply of beautiful women all eager to share his bed, including Naomi, his latest affair, and yet they did nothing for him except accompany him on endless nights like this one, and take the edge off his need. True satisfaction hadn't existed for him in far too long. He was bored, unless he was watching her. Then the perfection and elegance of the Hamptons Club vanished, and she was all he saw. Blonde hair fell down her back in less than perfect waves, defying the stick-straight look most women preferred. Her lush, sexy body, so unlike the females he normally bedded, had his hands itching to learn those curves and show her what true pleasure really was. She was unattainable, living with one of Wall Street's stars, but she could do so much better. Oddly, it wasn't her lack of availability that appealed. She was bright, witty, and she could hold her own with just about anyone, making whoever she spoke to feel important. He admired that trait. They hadn't spent more than a few minutes here and there in each other's company, but she'd taken his breath away from the first look. Gabe would do just about anything to attain something he wanted, but he drew the line at poaching on another man's territory. Still, he had to admit she tested even his willpower, and he'd had practice at being alone. He'd married young and miscalculated badly. Afterwards, he'd been certain that after Chrissy's death, for which he felt responsible, the smart thing would be to keep a safe emotional distance from women. One look at Isabelle Masters, and he'd changed his mind. There was something about her that filled the emptiness inside him, to the point where just watching her was enough to calm his usually restless soul. Unfortunately, they didn't run into each other nearly often enough. Gabe ran a hand through his hair, groaning as he caught sight of Naomi making her way toward him. A cocktail.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?